Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So today I actually want to tell all of you as to how you can look at the strength of Ketu in the chart. Okay. So there are three ways to do it, and all these conditions must be satisfied to know that Ketu is strong or weak in the chart. Okay. So the first thing, so Ketu, it represents the domain of spirituality. Okay, it is the karaka for mistakes. It is the karaka for it is the karaka for spiritual knowledge. It is the karaka for understanding. Understanding comes from the heart. That is the reason Ketu does not have a head. Okay, because it represents understanding from the heart. Okay, so soul level understanding, if you could put it that way. Okay, so how to know that your Ketu is weak or strong? So Ketu is an Agni Graha. Okay, it is regarded as a Papa Graha. Okay, in material terms, it is regarded as a Papa Graha, but in spiritual terms, it is a Shubha Graha. Okay, so it can give you a lot of spiritual powers or spiritual prowess, if you could use that word. Okay, so how to know whether your Ketu is strong or weak? All right. So first thing to look for is your Rashi chart. Okay. So see whether Ketu is placed in a fire sign in the Rashi chart. Okay. So if it is placed, you can conclude that your Ketu is very, very strongly placed. Okay. Now go to the Navamsha and see where that Ketu goes. Okay. So if you're in your Navamsha, if Ketu is still placed in a fire sign, then you will say that your Ketu is internally strong as well. It is not only strong externally, it is internally strong as well. So what happens if if your Rashi chart, in your Rashi chart, Ketu is placed in some other sign rather than a fire sign, but in your Navamsha it goes to a fire sign? It means at the time of your birth your Ketu was not that strong, but as you went on, as you progressed in life, you will be you will be able to make your Ketu very, very strong. Okay, that is what is indicated if Ketu is in some other sign rather than a fire sign in the Rashi chart and then goes into a fire sign in the Navamsha. Okay. On the other hand, if your Ketu is in a fire sign in the Rashi chart, but it goes to some other sign in the Navamsha, then what it means is, you were gifted with a lot of, Ketu based significations at the time of birth. But due to various reasons, maybe due to parental pressure, maybe due to peer pressure, you neglected those gifts, and those gifts are no longer useful for you. Those gifts have become redundant. So that is what it means if Ketu is in the fire sign in the Rashi chart, but it has gone to some other sign in the Navamsha. Okay, and if Ketu is there in a fire sign in the Rashi chart and in the Navamsha, it means that your Ketu is super strong. Okay. The other thing to look forward is intuition. Okay, so if you have a very if you are very, very intuitive, okay, if you are very, very gifted by this fact called intuition, then you can also conclude that Ketu is strongly placed in the chart. Okay, and in all possibility, that is, if you are very intuitive, if you have this highly developed sense of intuition, it means that Ketu would either be in a Rashi chart or in the in the Navamsha chart or in the Rashi chart. Ketu will be in a fire sign. Okay, the third thing is to determine whether your Ketu is really strong is your love for numbers. Okay, you'd be really, really good with mathematics. You'd be really, really good with numbers if your Ketu is strongly placed. Okay, if someone hates mathematics or if a child hates mathematics, it is a Ketu related problem. That is what what we astrologers call it as. Okay, so if your Ketu is very strong, you would be very, very you'd be in love with numbers. You've seen how you've read stories about Srinivasa Ramanujan and so on. Okay, so these are the few pointers that you can use to determine whether your Ketu is strong or weak, and leave behind your valuable feedback in the comment section. It really makes a lot of sense when all of you give your feedback. Okay, so that's it from me in this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like the content, and I'll see you soon with another video. Om Gurave Namaha.